Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Goldeneye 007. This remake is one of my favorite 007 games. It does some things new, a lot of things new, but it does have some of that old flavor, and it's one of the best games in the franchise. And I'm just going to shut up now because this is also one of my favorite intros in any 007 game.
Reflections on the water, more than darkness in the depths. See him surface, never a shadow. On the winds, I feel his breath. Goldeneye found his weakness. Goldeneye will do what I please. Goldeneye, no time for sweetness, but a bitter kiss will bring him to his knees. You'll never know how I watched you from the shadows as a child. You'll never know how it feels to get so close and be denied. It's a gold and honey drop I've got for you tonight. Revenge, it's a kiss. This time I won't miss. Now I've got you in my sights with a golden eye. Golden eye. With a golden eye. Golden eye. With a golden
Nice trick. Doing it without a parachute. Trying to show me up?
You said we were running late. Let's move.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As you saw, there was some fucking money put into that intro because we are deep in the Activision Arc of 007 video games. I like to call it the Band of the Millennium Hawk arc of James Bond video game entertainment. Activision decided let us put some fucking money. We spent this on this franchise. Let's have the double punch of GoldenEye 007 remake for the Wii and 007 Bloodstone for the 360 and PS3. This version of the game also came out on the PS3 and 360 about a year or more later, called Reloaded. We'll talk about that a bit later, but let's go back a bit and start off the Damn mission, that iconic mission from GoldenEye 007 on the N64. So let's just back up a bit and try to get a handle on what the fuck this remake actually is. As you can see, we have the Daniel Craig UI and HUD from all the movies, and you saw it implemented a lot in Quantum of Solace, and it's back again here. Northern Diving Dinner, the Afghanistan Oblast, Russian Federation, Rusov should have beat John Cena. Anyway, you can see the iconic camera flyby of the damn level when you start the N64 version of GoldenEye. And I like how they replicate it here. We got our boy, Daniel Craig. Love you, boy. Yeah.
MI6 has given us the go-ahead on that.
And of course, we have no Sean Bean, Alec Trevelyan. As you might surmise, this game just kind of takes Pierce Brosnan out and replaces him with Daniel Craig, which I understand, because when you remake a game and you have a new guy playing a new James Bond, why would they go back to Pierce Brosnan? It's kind of silly. But they also recasted all the other actors, like Sean Bean and Robbie Coltrane, our friend Hagrid, who plays Vladimir, and we have our stupid Russian guys just talking in English here. All right, knock them together like Larry, Curly, and Moe. Sure. Whoop, 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 whoop. And this guy's super scared. And just sock him in the chin, which somehow knocks him out.
Just like old times.
Oh, bromance.
Well, first time for everything. Yes.
What makes you think this is my first time?
Oh, Mr. Bond.
Playing the Wii version right now, and I think it actually looks about as good as a first-person shooter can on the system. The 360 and PS3 version of Reloaded obviously looks a little better, but there's some problems with that game, and I'll get into it a little bit later. The other great thing about this version of the game is how stealth is almost always a viable option. I can sneak up behind this guy and just give a little headshot. I have a silencer on. That's all you have to do. Where are those dudes? Come out! Alright, that's about as many guys as I can get without them getting wise. Oh, good shots, good shots.
Target's down.
There you go. I'm pretty used to Wii motion pointer controls for first-person shooters. I got used to them, and since this is a later game in the Wii life cycle, I think the default setting, it works pretty well, and you can fine-tune it. Of course, you can play this entire game with the Classic Controller Pro, and even had a golden one in case you needed it. This is one of those rare third-party games where Activision actually spent a lot of money advertising it, had a big E3 presence, and it was a pretty big success on the Wii, actually. One of the few times where a third party had a big success on the system.
Hey, T, behold these groups of
Oh, jeez. Hey, what's the problem? Hey, you know, our chicks don't shave their arms. It's fine. Oh, jeez. Get out of my face, sir. It's my first day. Papers, please. Jeez, there's a lot going on. But it all goes tits up. And we just gotta shoot everybody. This is that Call of Duty type of stuff I was talking about before. And this is one of those other very Call of Duty style things. I'm going to look over to Alec here, and we're going to do probably the most iconic Call of Duty style shit I've ever seen. Which is that we just gotta breach the shit out of this thing. I could not, though. I could just stare at Alec really, really awkwardly. Nah, he's not going to do anything. So let's just breach the shit out of these motherfuckers. Oh no, British man! So like I said before, this game does let you take a more methodic approach. You can just go up behind dudes and give them headshots, and you can stealth a large portion of the game. It's actually encouraged a lot of the time. Of course, I could take a more silent approach, take out that guy, or I could do some dumb bullshit like that. That's how James would have done it, and now I only have this dude to take care of. No, you don't. You don't hear anything. So that guy didn't see shit. He was too busy. So we have these stupid Russian idiots talking about, I don't know, vodka, I guess. And you can just take care of them pretty quickly. Much like the other classic James Bond games, there's multiple objectives when you put on the higher difficulty settings. And on consoles at least, it was the original Goldeneye on the N64 that really implemented that kind of a feature. So I'm glad it's also here in the remake of the game. And I believe the first thing you need to do is just take photos with Bond's handy-dandy smartphone. Like I mentioned in the Kwamasaurus review, this thing is pretty much the only gadget you get in the game, but it does let you, yes, with the vibrating smartphone, you better take this out icon. It's used for hacking, it's used for taking photos, and that's generally it. But you want to take photos of this Black Ops helicopter that can stand an EMP pulse, because these will make M sploosh in her granny panties.
It's not very comfortable, is it?
Are you going to complain the whole way?
Oh, go on then, eject me. See if I can.
So this is the mission select screen for GoldenEye 007, and you can see that there's 6 main missions, but each one is separated into a couple of different parts. You got St. Petersburg, all the kind of stuff that you remember from GoldenEye 007 on the N64 there, with some new things added in. And one of my favorite missions in the game is just this very simple, sort of straightforward one, where you meet with Zhukovsky. And so we're in Zhukovsky's nightclub. You can listen to all these assholes talk, you can kind of look around, get a little bit of dialogue here and there from dudes, and much like that chateau level from Nightfire, I think some of these models might have been lifted from that. Some of these girls look awfully familiar. But as you work your way, you can see these little interactions help. It really helps the immersiveness and really making you feel like, uh-oh, gotta answer my phone. So you just move the Wiimote up to your face.
The face recognition app on your smartphone to locate Sergeant Garcia.
Thank you.
So this is our other little things that we can use James Bond's smartphone. And as we go into this nightclub, you can hear the music kind of ramping up. And now we're going to open into the club. Yes, go girls! And you can see right here, I've got these in-game models, but the Wii couldn't handle so many NPCs in one sort of contained game space. So you have these 3D models, but then you have these hilarious cutout black silhouette people. These aren't 3D. It's just fucking silhouettes of guys just fucking dancing their night away. It's awesome. There's something so charming about this. So we're going to just work our way through all these dancing jackasses, and what the game wants you to do is take out your cell phone. You kind of scan people's faces, because you're... Whoa!
There's a one bottle minimum. Finest Russian quality. Only available in Moscow.
Not bad for a counterfeit. Perhaps you should tell your boss. The real label is a darker shade of blue.
Querida, we are waiting for our drink.
Hey, who wants to party with me tonight, Nico? Yeah, everyone get crunked. Yeah, I'm with her. Yeah, back off, but no, I'm with her though. No, I got nothing on me. I only have a cell. Oh, that's my gun.
Venga, pasa.
Oh, no, I need that. That's my dick, kind of. So here's the new Zukovsky, which is not as fun as the kind of jolly Santa Claus-esque guy that Robbie Coltrane played in Goldeneye, the movie, and he was also in the game. But this guy just kind of looks a little generic, but I guess it's fine. So for those of you out there that are familiar with the N64 version, you can definitely see that we are in Siberia, the really iconic Goldeneye level. And it's definitely gotten a facelift in this version, but it still has that creepy sense of isolation. And this is a very, very stealth-focused part of the game. The really neat thing about this level is as it goes on, it kind of evolves. Uh-oh, what was that? It kind of evolves into a huge fucking war. Just an all-out... Oh, yeah, it might be happening now. Mr. Goldeneye is super angry. Oh, wait, what?
Do you read me?
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Bond has no coverage. And just like that, the level just kind of changes. And there's just dudes running around, just going nuts. I see you. Yeah. I'm really good with sniper rifles, you guys. I'm alright. I shouldn't lie like that. I'm actually not great with it. So now I'm driving the fucking Shagohod, and it's awesome. This level is one of the best in the game. It's just so much fun to use this fucking tank. A little bit better than the N64 version, which was always running at like negative 17 frames per second. You can fire missiles, they track. You can just shoot your fucking machine gun all day. I'm really glad this level is still in the game, because like I talked about for Quantum of Solace, it had no vehicular sections at all. So I'm glad this tank level kind of made the cut. And it makes everyone remembers the fucking great tank scene from the movie and the game. So I'm really glad that Eurocom and Activision got this in here, because it really wouldn't be GoldenEye without this big dumb tank level. As you can see, we're now in the jungle level in Nigeria, and if you're really familiar with the classic on the N64, you can see that all the levels are there. The silo, the jungle like I just mentioned, the cradle, but it has those extra flourishes. You can also remember that those turrets that were also featured in the jungle level on the N64 version are still here, but it doesn't have that fog, that Turok N64 fog that we're all familiar with. And you can use your cell phone to hack those turrets in a nice little twist. So like I said, this remake has lots of stuff that's new and lots of stuff that's familiar as well, if you're really, really familiar with the single-player campaign. Alright, so I think I've basically covered everything I wanted to say about the single player of GoldenEye 007. It's one of the best single player campaigns in any first-person shooter released in the last couple of years, especially around this time frame of 2010. It's just really, really full-fledged. It takes like a good 8 hours, and even more if you play on the other difficulties to get all the mission objectives. But now, what's the deal with the multiplayer in this one? Now, of course, you can use the ever up and totally working Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. When this game came out, I did actually go online and it worked pretty damn smoothly, which is a super rarity for a third-party game on the Wii. But let's just open up into the split screen, because of course that's what really matters when you're playing a GoldenEye game. So when you go to the maps, what do you have? You got jungle, archives, memorial, nightclub, station, facility, industrial facility. You also have a bunch of modifiers to check out: score limit, radar, hotshot, melee only, paintball, singularity, move your feet, revenge, rubber grenades, sticker grenades, knick-knack mode. All players are tiny and they can't vault over anything. And also a couple of modes that are unlocked, invisibility and tag, are done with a code. What really says about the multiplayer, however, is that there is no bot option. It needs to have at least 2 players controlled in there. But what you can expect from the multiplayer, though, at least, is that there's a lot of selectable characters. Some classic 007 movies. Like, we got Baron Samedi there, Red Grant, Natalia, yeah. Of course, Trevelyan, Azina Onatopp. We also have a couple other classic 007 characters like Jaws, Oddjob, of course, Blofeld, Scaramanga, Dr. No, and Samsey, like I mentioned before. And Baron Samsey loves the multiplayer. He gives it his voodoo seal of approval. So GoldenEye 007, like I said before near the start of this video, this is one of my favorite James Bond games. It does a lot of stuff new, it does a lot of stuff that's old that you're familiar with. The multiplayer, of course, doesn't quite feel like the classic 007 on the N64 that you might be familiar with, but there's no way it could have. I think Eurocom did an absolute outstanding job updating this game. It really feels like a full-fledged Bond universe game. It doesn't feel like the kind of hodgepodge that Quantum of Solace was. It's a really awesome way to handle a remake, and a lot of purists out there might not like it for those reasons, but I enjoyed it immensely when it came out, and I still enjoy it today. But before we finish up, I just want to take a very quick look at the 360 PS3 version of this game, which came out about a year or so after this version, GoldenEye 007 Reloaded. As you can see, I chose to go into this awesome club scene again. I love this fucking club. I love this club. I wish I could. This guy looks like me. Oh my god, that guy looks exactly like me! Holy shit, I'm freaking out. Anyway. He's all dressed all cool and classy. Oh my god, this guy looks exactly... Oh my god, this is freaking me out. I can't continue! What have I done with my life? I mean, if it... Dude, guys... Let me know in the comments if you think this looks exactly like me, because I think it does. Holy shit. God damn. So you can see on Reloaded, we don't have all those funny dancing silhouettes. And it's a little bit more lifeless, I find. There was a sense of energy about how they were able to pull off that scene on the Wii. It's not really present here. I mean, of course the game's in HD, and overall it looks better. But as I was saying, the main actual difference that I find between this version and the Wii version is that they did some funny things with enemy placements where they actually put them in there to break up a lot of stealth sequences. Look at this fucking asshole. He's just alone. This is like Wooly at the club. Bond's hands don't look great in HD though. He's got these leathery Ric Flair manimal paws. That doesn't look great actually. So as I was saying before, this version of the game is still awesome and I recommend it if any of you guys see it at a GameStop or in a bargain bin, what have you. But I kind of still prefer the Wii version because the enemy placements during the stealth sections, oh shit, is just a little bit different and facilitates stealth a little bit more. It's hard to describe. There are a couple of YouTube video comparisons out there that compare both versions of the games. Much smarter people than I kind of went through the game and kind of showed the exact differences I'm talking about. So you really can't go wrong with either, just kind of whatever you guys prefer. Okay, after all that praise, how does one score GoldenEye 007? Well, as an overall first-person shooter, I think it has one of the strongest single-player campaigns you could ask for. It's lengthy, it has lots of mission variety, a huge emphasis on stealth, and lots of replay value. However, the multiplayer mode is a bit of a letdown as it lacks a lot of fun features and weapons from the N64 original, and no bots is just a real sore spot for me. I'm gonna have to give it 4.5 weird Matt guy faces out of 5. And now we come to the Bond factor. Now, while this remake lacks a few certain Bond elements like gadgets and replaces some well-known characters with less interesting and iconic versions, it exudes exactly what makes the Daniel Craig Bond so appealing, a grittier sense of realism, lots of action, and well-written and classy dialogue. For the Bond factor, I'm gonna have to give it 5 weird Matt Man faces out of 5. Who the fuck is this guy? Like I've already said before, GoldenEye 007 is high on my list as one of the best Bond games ever made. If you've never played it before, don't be afraid to give it a chance. It's a classic. Or more of a classic. There was a classic before, but now it's good. Just buy it. It's good.